What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today, guys, we are going to be talking about an all-time Christmas classic, and I don't even think that's up for debate. This is a lot of people's favorite Christmas movie of all time. Of course, I'm talking about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, starring Chevy Chase, first time on 4K from Warner Brothers. And I say I'm excited all the time to talk about movies on this channel, but I am just very excited to talk about this one and talk about the movie. We're going to talk about the transfer, the audio, the package, the special features, all that kind of stuff. And plus, guys, at the end of this video, I have a special surprise for you guys. Should I just go ahead and say it? Let's go ahead and say it. I do have 2 copies of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation on 4K. I bought one and I got one sent to me for review. So we will be doing a giveaway of an actual physical copy of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation in this video. So stay tuned to the end of the video for details on that giveaway. So look, before we get into talking about this, we're going to break down everything. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We discuss physical media, new 4Ks and Blu-rays on this channel every single day. Just all kinds of physical media talks. If you like that kind of stuff, you will enjoy the channel. So hit the subscribe button and then be sure to like this video, guys, and comment down below. What's your thoughts on this movie? Is it one of your favorite Christmas movies? Is it your favorite Christmas movie? Let me know that. As you can see, I'm all dressed up. I'm in the Christmas spirit. I'm in the festive spirit. I had to break my rules to watch this movie. I always watch this on Christmas Eve, but we got all these Christmas 4Ks in. I feel a responsibility and obligation to you all out there to watch this stuff and let you know what I think of it as it comes in. So I had to watch this early. I had to watch this early November. Still loved it, but again, it just feels a little off to watch this in early November instead of Christmas Eve. That is my holiday Christmas tradition. I only wear this shirt on Christmas Day. I wear it every single year. Like, everybody in my family knows that. But I'm wearing it right now. So look, let's talk about this movie. It's hard for me, and it's really hard for me to even talk about this movie and do a review. I've never really done a review of Christmas Vacation before, but it's hard for me to think about a time where this movie was not in my life. Like, I've been watching this movie since I was probably 5 or 6. I've seen it on VHS, I've seen it on DVD, I've seen it on Blu-ray. I wish I still had my DVD snapper case, but I got rid of all my DVDs a few years ago. But I do have the Christmas Vacation Blu-ray, and I have the Christmas Vacation Blu-ray Steelbook. I do love this Steelbook right here with the squirrel on the front. That is an awesome steelbook. I've been watching this movie my entire life since I was a kid. I remember growing up. My family always watched this movie. They always loved this movie. And I grew up just with this movie in my life. It was this and Batman 1989 and Beetlejuice, like movies like that. I just grew up with me, and it evolved with me and just stayed with me. And there has not been a year probably since I was like 5 or 6 where I have not watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So it's just one of those movies. It's a super duper comfort movie for me, especially on Christmas. I cannot go to bed on Christmas night without throwing in Christmas Vacation. Of course, my wife loves it. We watch it together. We quote it together. We laugh together. Like, the movie's just never not funny. It's just an iconic movie. It's a simple story. It's a man that's trying to hold on to his family, try to hold things together during the holiday seasons amidst, tons of chaos and just tons of chaotic moments. Some of them are self-inflicting for sure that he puts upon himself. Other stuff is kind of out of his control, but there's just chaos everywhere. Nothing is going right, and it's the story of a man, a father, trying to hold his family together through all of that and just all of the insanity and the hilarity that ensues throughout. So what can you say about Christmas Vacation? Like, Chevy Chase is just perfect in this movie. Just the comedy. He was at the peak of his career, I believe, in this movie right here. And again, this was his 3rd vacation film, but none of the Vacations films, in my opinion, live up to this one. Not even the first one. Like, I do love the first one. I don't love European. I love Vegas, but none of them are close to being as good as this one, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of big, like, vacation defenders out there, and I would love to see that in 4K someday for sure. But Christmas Vacation, it's just one of the most quotable movies of all time. You got Randy Quaid as Cousin Eddie. Is just so freaking iconic in this movie. The shitter's full, just everything he says. I love the comedic timing and the chemistry between him and Chevy Chase just all throughout this movie. Well, not all throughout the movie, because Randy Quaid actually doesn't come into like 40 minutes into the movie, but when he comes in, the movie is just injected with this energy that just keeps up throughout the whole rest of the film. And Randy Quaid and Chevy Chase together are just money. They are absolute gold in this film together. Just so funny. But Beverly D'Angelo, love her in this movie as well. Like, she's super underrated, I feel like, in this movie as far as her comedy. Like, she has a lot of little like witty one-liners and moments that kind of are played a little beneath the surface, but they're super hilarious. So I think she's super underrated in this movie. She's awesome. She's fantastic as the wife of Clark Griswold. Just the whole Griswold family is great. Like, everybody in this movie. I'm not going to name them all. Everybody in this movie is hilarious. Every single person in this movie has a part to play. And they play it so well. Everybody's fantastic in this movie. The mom from Everybody Loves Raymond, I'm blanking on her name right now, but I love everybody, and I don't really know what else to say. There's so many iconic moments in this movie. It's really hard to break down Christmas Vacation, just a movie that's been with me my entire life. I absolutely love it. Now let's go ahead and get into the 4K restoration, guys. And I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that say, you know, I've got the Blu-ray. I don't really feel the need to upgrade that. And I certainly do understand that. Now, this is a native 4K restoration. It does have HDR10. And I will say right off the top, it's not a mind-blowing transfer or anything like that, but I really don't think that this film lends itself to be a mind-blowing transfer. But I do believe that this is a very well done, very solid transfer, 4K transfer for Warner Brothers. They did a hell of a job. And again, we talked about this when we talked about Casablanca. I just reviewed that as well. Like, Warner Brothers, when they go into doing a 4K transfer, they very, very rarely, I cannot think of any off the top of my head, very rarely half-ass it. They go full on into it. They do an excellent job on the cleanup and the restoration process of every single movie that they've done in 4K, at least most of them that I've seen, and that is no different here. Like, this is a very clean, pristine 4K transfer. And again, I've watched this movie every single year since I was a kid. I've watched this movie on Blu-ray, on DVD, and it's really hard for me to remember like all the differences between the formats. It's just a movie that I watch every year, and I'm sure going forward as I watch this every year on 4K, it's going to be hard for me to remember you know, some of the other formats that I watched it in. But what I can say is that somebody that's seen this movie probably, I would say, at least 40 to 50 times in my life, this has got to be the best possible way to watch this movie. This is definitely the best that I've ever seen this movie look in my entire life. Like, it just looks like the colors are so incredibly rich and vibrant. Like, in particular, like at the beginning of the movie, there's not a lot of standout scenes, but when you get to the last like 45 minutes of this movie and everybody, Clark's dressed up, he's got his Santa suit on, the vibe, the richness of the reds of the Santa suit are really coming out. You see the Christmas trees, just all the moments that happen towards the end of this film. You really get to see that 4K and that HDR presented in full effect. Like, it's really firing on all cylinders. The black levels are excellent throughout. The facial detail is like no other. I'm sure everybody's wanting to know, how does the shitters full scene play out in 4K? Absolutely beautiful. Like, when you see Cousin Eddie emptying the shit out of the trailer into the sewer, just the way that looks going into the sewer, like the brown, like shitty water stuff that's going there. I hate to be describing this, but I don't know, just seeing the smoke like come off of it, it looked incredible. It looked so clear. It looked like I'd never seen that liquid shit look in my entire life. And again, I'm trying to look, guys. Everybody's going to review National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Who's going to do a full-on breakdown of the shitters full scene in 4K? Right here, guys. Right here. This is who's going to do that. And there's so many scenes just so many iconic scenes in this movie that I've seen so many times in my life. When that house first lights up in 4K, it is truly, it's a magical moment in the movie anyway, but it is truly magical to see that house light up for the first time in 4K, to see Beverly D'Angelo in the yard looking out and how they pan out and they show the whole view of the house. It is incredible. When everybody's standing in the front yard and the lights are shining on them, all that stuff looks beautiful. All that stuff looks great. So this is not a movie that I believe that I necessarily needed. Like, I would still enjoy this movie every single year on Blu-ray, regardless if there was a 4K transfer. But I am so happy that I have this version, this restoration to watch every single year now, because unlike a lot of the 4K releases that come out, guys, like, we get a lot of movies restored on 4K, a lot of new movies that come out. A lot of them, to be honest, I'm going to watch them one time. I'm going to review them for you guys. I'm going to stick them on the shelves, and I'm never going to watch it again. Now, with this movie, I'm happy to say that every single year, I will watch and enjoy this 4K transfer and restoration, and that definitely makes me happy that I get to watch this movie in the best possible picture quality every single year. Now, let's talk about the sound real quick, because they actually did an upgrade on the sound here. So the original Blu-ray of this was a Dolby Digital 2.0, and they upgraded this to DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. So there was a little uptick in the sound here, and everything sounded fantastic to me. Now, admittedly, I did, because I wanted to make this feel different. I'm still going to watch this movie on Christmas Eve. I still have to hold to my traditions here. So to make this feel a little bit different, and because I've never heard the commentary before, I actually listened to the last hour of this movie, watching it in 4K with the audio commentary on, and it was absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I don't really listen to a ton of audio commentaries. And again, we'll go ahead and talk about the special features right here as well, because that's the only special feature that is included in this set right here. So you get a commentary by Randy Quaid, Beverly D'Angelo, Johnny Galecki, Miriam Flynn, and the director Jeremiah S. Chekik. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And producer Maddie Simmons. So that's a fantastic commentary, just with the cast just reminiscing on the film. You can tell a lot of them hadn't seen it. I'm not sure, they hadn't seen it in a while. I'm not sure when that one came out. Maybe it was a newer commentary with the Blu-ray release. They were reminiscing on the film and talking about all the scenes and just some of the behind the scenes stuff. And it was fantastic. I loved it. I've never listened to it before. And this is it. Again, it's one of those, I don't like listening to commentaries on movies that I don't know very well. But this movie, I know it so well, just like frontwards and backwards. So it actually was really interesting to listen to the commentary on this one. But yeah, sound-wise, from when I was listening to it, everything sounded fantastic. And again, we talked about the special features briefly, but I'll just go ahead and say this again. Like, it's very disappointing. It continues to be very disappointing when they do anniversary editions like this. Well, this isn't really an anniversary edition, because I guess it's the 33rd anniversary of Christmas Vacation. But when they do new editions like this, and they don't add anything new, like, come on, you couldn't get somebody to do an interview or something. It's just a couple of interviews is all I'm asking, Warner Brothers, especially since this had nothing before except for an audio commentary. Like, where is that release of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with a bunch of special features and interviews and stuff? Like, you would think a movie of this caliber, an iconic Christmas film like this, they would give you something, but no, nothing. It's like Warner Brothers just doesn't care. Like, come on, guys, give us something. So that's definitely disappointing with no new special features with this release. And then getting into the packaging, I wasn't the biggest fan of this cover artwork. I kind of just wanted this done, the classic poster art again with the 4K on it, but I do understand they went in a different direction. And to be honest with you, it's kind of grown on me a little bit. I do kind of like this Christmas card cover right there in the season's greetings from the Griswolds. I do think that's kind of nice, and it does look and feel nice in person for sure. But I'll show you the back of it right there. You do get the 4K Ultra HD. You also get the Blu-ray, the same Blu-ray that actually came out in 2006. This is a very old Blu-ray. And then you also get a digital code with this as well. So I guess I could show off the disc. Just plain, red disc art right there, but nothing wrong with that. And I'll show you the inside as well. This has the casting list on it and that iconic Griswold house all lit up. So, all right, guys, look, at the end of the day, this is an absolute Christmas classic, and it is a must-own, in my opinion. This movie, if you want to watch National Lampoon's, and again, I completely understand if you're fine with your Blu-ray, but if you want to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation in the best possible format, picture quality, you gotta get this 4K release. It is available right now, guys, for $23.79. But look, you might not have to buy it, because I am doing a giveaway of a 4K, a physical 4K copy of Christmas Vacation with this video. And all you guys have to do is in the comment section below, just leave me your favorite moment, your favorite quote from this movie in the comment section below. And also be sure to leave me a means of contact, whether it's an email, an IG handle, Instagram handle, a Twitter handle, just some way for me to contact you so I can tell you if you won this or not. So just leave that in the comment when you comment down below. So give me a quote, give me a moment, one of your favorite moments from the film, and leave that in the comment section below. So thank you guys so much for watching this review of Christmas Vacation on 4K. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below your thoughts, and also leave me a comment of your favorite quote or moment if you want to be entered to win a physical copy of Christmas Vacation on 4K. Turn on the bell notifications and follow me on all my social media accounts down below, and we'll see you next time.